I was just talking to my friend and this came up in our conversation. I wanted to share it with you guys. Welcome. My name is Patrice, The.Patrice.Denise. I'm over here living a healthy, sustainable life, one day at a time, one step at a time. So my girlfriend and I, we were just talking, and she is on a GLP-1 as well, and she's also on it for managing her blood sugars and type 2 diabetes. So we do have conversations back and forth sometimes. She just recently went up in her dose, so she has been experiencing major appetite control to the fact that she's probably going to talk with her doctor. I know she is. She's going to talk to her provider about going back down a dose. And while we were talking, she brought up a point or a statement that she had told her kids on the other day. She was like, y'all don't get tired of eating. We don't have to eat every day. Because her appetite control was just that big. And she was like, we don't have to eat every day. Y'all don't get tired of eating. So for her, the food noise is gone. Gone. I'm talking about, we had some talks about making sure she get in enough calories and making sure she, focuses on the protein. And I was talking with her about protein shakes and just trying to get in what she can, because food just was not appealing to her this week because of that dose that she just recently started. So she made that statement and I was like, right now you're not focusing on food, and we joke around, but you are focusing on something else, perfume. So she's really into perfume, and she got me into too. If you saw a recent vlog and I showed you my Stand Fog hair spray or hair perfume, well, just know that I have a lot of other perfumes as well, courtesy of her, because she's gotten me into perfume as well. So I was telling her, okay, now you're not thinking about food anymore. You're not thinking about cooking or your next meal or things like that, because it doesn't excite you. It doesn't fill you right now. But what is filling you? What is filling that void? So I wanted to talk with you about that too today. When the food noise goes quiet, when you're not thinking of those cravings, when you're not thinking of what's the next meal, when you're not focusing your day around food, there's a void. There's a void there. So what are you filling that void with? And she was like, that is a good point. That is good right there. What are we filling our void? Because I'm concluding myself too, because I want to talk to you about my experience and what I feel that I've been filling my void with here on my journey. But what have you been filling your void with now that the food noise is down? For some of us, we still have food noise, or our appetite is still there, especially if we're playing around with doses, especially if we're just starting our journey, or especially if we're to a point where we're far into our journey and the food noise has come back. But for the ones of us who do experience where our food noise is diminished or is down or decreased, what are we filling that void with? So the big question today is, what do you focus on now? So when the medication does quiet that food noise down, it can become freeing, but it can also feel kind of strange. Now we have to sit with ourselves. Now we have time to sit with ourselves, because we're not filling that time with worrying about the next meal, worrying about food, and things like that. So what can we fill that void with? And I want to throw myself in here as I talk through these different little points that we can do and share with you what I have tried to do here on my journey. So first off, you can focus on healthy habits. This would be the time right now to dive deep into focusing on healthy habits. The food noise is gone, so you have the time to explore meal planning. You have the time to explore, picking healthier options. You have the time to focus on your movement, hydration, better sleep, and stress management. This is a time where you get in and focus on those healthy habits, so that when you're on maintenance and when you're down the line, you will already have these habits built in and in place. And another reason why I say go ahead and focus on it now while the food noise is down is because it might have been harder in the past for you to focus on those things because of that food noise. So capitalize on this time right now and focus on inputting those healthy habits and making it consistent so that they'll become part of your lifestyle. And that's what I have done. So, if you know my story, and I have all my Mounjaro videos, I can have them linked down below for you as well as they're just out there, right? So I think that is one thing that I have done to fill the void that was there now that the food noise is gone is I've tried to put in those healthy habits so that it can be a part of my life and I can continue on with them. And then number 2, exploring personal growth. And y'all know I do that over here too. Matter of fact, this is the next book that I'm going to be reading here. And if this video comes out after a blog or so, you probably already saw it, but this is the next book that I'm reading. So just focusing on personal growth. Also, my girlfriends and I, we are getting into this here this week, and we're going to start implementing goals and trying out the 12-week year and trying to set up action steps to help us with accomplishing our goals. So just focusing on personal growth. Use this time wisely to focus on you. Y'all know I love to say that. Pour into yourself. Focus on you, because I know for me, I can only speak for me, but in the past, when my mind was cluttered with different things, I was not able to always focus on myself. So why not capitalize on that during this time right now? And then I want you to be mindful of replacement habits. So when the food noise is down, you're not thinking about the food, you might pick up something else. And we don't want to do that. We want to avoid doing that. So I had to, at one point in my journey, tell myself, okay, all the shopping that you're doing, hence my financial journey that I keep talking about, right? All this shopping that you're doing, we got to cut that out now. We got to cut back on that. So you don't want to replace or fill that void with something that's not going to positively impact your journey. We want to shy away from filling that with endless scrolling. Let's be honest. We want to shy away from filling that with shopping. I had to tell myself that. Even overworking. Also had to tell myself that. So we want to not fill that void with negative habits, so to speak. Because if we're being honest, those habits, habits like that aren't necessarily filling the void. They're kind of like just distracting us because we're not focused on the food. They're more of a distraction than really wholesomely filling you back up. But now that you do have some time, now that you do have some space, like I said before, pouring into yourself, but also this would be a great time to lean into your faith and your purpose. For me, I know that it is God creating this space for clarity, for me to be reflective, for me to get closer with Him, for me to gain understanding and wisdom about what my purpose is and about what He has for me to move forward. So I've started heavily focusing on my Bible study, my prayer time, my reflection time, just being closer to Him. We're still in 2025 as of the time that I'm recording this video. And so I have my 2025, I put it right up here, vision board, where I did have on here getting closer with Yahweh and building my personal relationship with God. So lean on this time right now that you have this space that you have to align your journey with your deeper purpose. So as the food noise fades, we have that time now, we have that space now. Don't be alarmed, don't be afraid, but just remember that this is the time where you can fill it with something meaningful, something else. A hobby. I don't think I said that before, but fill it with a hobby. And for me, I've started to enjoy reading again. Just overall reading material, reading different things. I also like YouTube. Sometimes that could be endless scrolling too. So sometimes I got to, say, okay, I got to get back. I got to take a step back. But again, I like to engulf in, good information and things that are going to help me on my journey, help me in a positive way in my life. But yes, find different things that you can do to help you to fill that void, help you to fill that space, and help you to fill it in a positive way. And remember that this journey, yes, we're here to lose the weight on the GLP-1. We're here to improve our A1C on the GLP-1, but we can also use this time to better ourselves. It's about creating room to live more fully, more intentionally, and more aligned with who you're becoming. So let me know in the comment section below if you have noticed that now that the food noise is down, you have been filling that void with something. Hopefully it's something positive. But if you did recognize that you filled it with something that was not so positive, we're here. This is a safe space. Let us know in the comment section below either way. And how did you go about correcting that, or how did you go about maneuvering out of that space and where you're at right now? Let us know in the comment section below. And if this has been like an aha moment for you, let us know that in the comment section below. Definitely share this video out with someone who you think it may help. Thank you guys for your love, for your support. As always, I love you guys, and God bless.